Take a Seat Gaming is one of the oldest gaming communities in the scene. We don't have a big ego about it. We're just better than you. You're now listening to the Take a Seat Tidbits podcast, featuring different hosts and leaders every episode.
I am Professor X, and welcome to Take a Seat Tidbits podcast. And today we have the incredible Geek with us. Say hello.
Hello.
And the Vel
Hello.
with Jorgent
What up?
and Warrior Kenneth. Warrior?
Did you die?
He has a bit of a delay on his end.
3,000 years later.
Oh, and he's
Damn. Did I offend you?
Warrior?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, well, now we can
Yes.
hear you. Looks like Discord is
Apologies.
being...
I think something's been wrong with my Discord, but yes, I am here. I'm glad to be here.
So, yeah. Okay, so
It's
everyone...
okay. I usually have like 28 ping. I'm hitting like 300 ping at the moment, so it's not only you.
Yeah, it's
Gotcha.
because of me. Sorry, guys. But anyway, welcome to Helldivers, the democracy that we all want to spread, and so on. So, the first question first. What is Helldivers?
Who wants to take that one? I can take it easily.
Yeah, go for it.
I'll pick it.
If you've ever heard of an indie game called Earth Defense Force, it's essentially Earth Defense Force, but with better graphics and a lot better storyline. It's essentially you're in space, you have to kill a bunch of bugs or robots to be able to live. Other than that, plot-wise, I haven't actually even seen the cutscene. I just keep on skipping the cutscene every single time. I just know the gameplay premise.
Essentially, that's what it is. You just,
Yeah. It's... Yeah.
yeah.
I don't think people really pay attention to what the story is. It's more about...
Democracy.
Yeah.
Democracy!
Just spread democracy,
Spreading democracy and such.
sheer firepower.
Yeah, the furthest I've gone into the cutscene is you're just a guy that walks on a street and you see your, I think, wife and children get eaten by a bug. You're like, oh no, sweet mother of heavens, or whatever the hell he says. And then after that, I just click, and then it goes into my ship. That's all as far as I've seen.
Okay. That sounds... Yeah, you don't want to look at any depressing stuff that you need democracy. That is the whole thing I'm getting out of this. But okay, moving on. What are some of your experiences that you find funny, entertaining concerning Helldivers?
Ragdoll effect.
There's a lot. It
There
just
was
depends.
one where if you, when you start Helldivers, you get assigned like a ship, and when you step into the ship, there's a bald woman who like talks to you about tidbits of lore, just stuff. And at one point, she says something about the automatons, and she says something in binary, so it's like 1010111, and she says that it probably means that they want to kill us all. But someone actually took that binary and translated it only for it to come out as the word ha. So the automatons just said ha, and we just opened up firepower on their asses.
We Helldivers dropped a 500k bomb on their asses.
Oh yeah, that stuff just cracks me up, honestly.
Geek, any experiences?
Technically 2 or 3. So, 1, I love the ragdoll effect in the game. It's very fun and funny. Especially when you throw a grenade at one of your teammates.
Or call an orbital strike.
See him fly across the map. 2 is one time they were talking about some sort of, I forgot what the material is, but they're basically talking about some sort of fuel source of whatever the ship was made out of. I'm like, huh. I have yet to look into what material it is and why it is, but it basically, for me, it reminisced of how uranium is actually used inside of submarines, and the size of a peanut can power it for a whole entire year. So I have no idea how far they've gone from that point. I still want to look into that. It's kind of a quirky little thing that they say. The other thing that annoys the crap out of me, but it's kind of funny, FTL jump. How many times faster than FTL, though? You just say FTL. That makes... You're literally not specifying details. You give details on everything else except that? What the hell?
Yeah.
And the last one?
That was the last one. The FTL jump.
I got impacted by all the democracy that's happening. But Jogant, any fun?
Anytime that they say you do anything bad or whatever, is that treason? Treason! Da, 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 da.
Are you committing treason right now? If you are, please find your nearest retraining center to get
It's ridiculous. It's basically tyranny. Tyranny? That's the right word, right?
Yeah.
Indoctrination, yeah.
It's just
it's democracy.
it's like a parody of like
Go ahead.
it's a
Sorry.
parody of like fascism. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry for talking
Go
over
for it.
whoever. Go on.
Yeah, that you talked over. But
Sorry, man. But continue.
typically, it's a fun game to play with your friends. But fair enough, mistakes happen from time to time, and fair enough, if you throw a grenade and a friend stands close to it, of course they're gonna get toast. But I guess that's the only thing that I have on my end.
Warrior?
Yeah.
So I have a couple things that I just found funny. So I want to piggyback what Geek said is the ragdoll effect, because it's fucking hilarious, especially when I do my trophy hunting. One sense is you have to ragdoll while jetpacking, and when I managed to do that, just some glitch happened, flew across the map, and I died because I was somehow out of the map for too long.
Yeah, and it like labels you as like treasonous if you get out of the map for too long.
Yeah.
It's so
Like
weird
10
and so
seconds.
dumb. I've actually used that to my advantage. It's like, hey, Biotitan, you want a piece of me? I committed treason. Come at me.
Yeah. Like,
That's how it goes.
I got ragdoll so far where I just couldn't see my little blimp on my map anymore, and I actually had to leave that mission because of it. I'm not sure what happened. I just got my first jetpack, so I'm like, where am I? So I just left that mission to restart the game, and it got fixed. Lucky enough. In another instant, I was playing some Helldivers with a friend of mine and a brother, and I never experienced Helldive. So when he told me he had Helldive, I said, "All right, I want to give it a try."
Famous last
I would
words.
say it was an experience. I was fighting for my goddamn life, and my brother was like, "How the fuck are you still alive?" Because there was Hulks and shit like that coming after me. I'm like, I'm about to have aneurysm.
Yeah, it's just sheer willpower.
It's like, I'm still alive. How? I don't know. I'm just holding the forward button. I'm still alive, though.
I'm just running at this point. I'm just throwing grenades, stratagems, anything behind me just to get them away.
Okay.
I think
To give a slight reference, hopefully this actually, just for a sake of understanding on how far and fast you flew. You've played Black Ops 2, right?
Yes, I have played Black Ops 2.
Okay. Have you ever used a shotgun on a basketball?
Yes, I know what you're talking about. It was practically like that. I don't know what
Okay.
happened.
God dang.
Because, like I said, like I'm not sure what I did. I was just simply using the jetpack to the point where I can try to ragdoll myself because there's an achievement for that on PlayStation. And I tried to do that. I'm not sure what else I did. I tried recreating it. I can never do it. I can fly across the map, but not what I did before. I think it was part of a one-time thing that happened,
You should
and I
have
must have
recorded
been a
it.
glitch of some sort that launched it, just maybe launched further. But like it hasn't happened since. I'm still trying to figure out what the hell I did.
Next time, record it.
I wish I was recording it.
Or go into an alt account and just do it again and record it while you're doing it. But okay, so have you guys took part in the Malevelon Creek mission?
Yeah, a couple of them, and it is just as overwhelming as all the memes say they are.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Jorgent, Geek, did you guys do it?
Nope, I didn't.
Sorry, he said no though. I just play missions. I mean, I went from one mission to the next. I think like 3 missions, and then I play with my friend, and he goes on other missions with whatever it is. I don't really know what you guys are talking about with Malevelon Creek.
Okay, so this is for the Malevelon Creek. So, what was your experience on Malevelon Creek, and how did it impact your skills or views, or how you see how bad it can be for you as a Helldiver?
I think Malevelon Creek is one of those places where I realized, well, the thing is like whenever I play Helldivers, I have like this particular loadout that I use for automatons, and I have one that I use for bugs. But for Malevolent Creek, I realized I had to switch it up quite a bit because of the sheer firepower. I mean, my first experience itself was just horrifying because I joined a already ongoing mission, and there were like 3 people in Malevolent Creek, and I deployed, and as soon as I came out of my pod, I turn around and there's 3 Hulks and 2 Rocket Devastators looking right at me. And I did not even have the time to do anything. Like not even a quick stratagem before I got completely annihilated.
Spawn die.
Yeah, and then you know what? Oh, okay, it's okay. Shit happens, right? You get like reinforced. I get reinforced, and I don't know why, but automatons are incredibly accurate from any distance. And it was like literally in a Star Wars battle. Like I was just getting hit left, right. Like I couldn't even tell where they were. All I could see was a Hulk running at me, and that was the last thing I did. And I was like, I'm not doing this. I can't do this. And that was level 5 difficulty. That wasn't even the red difficulties. And I was like, how the hell are people even doing this on like suicide or hell dive difficulty? Because that was crazy when I just like popped in. And that was like what, like the first 4 minutes of the mission. So that means that they just the people playing the mission literally triggered like maybe 1 or 2 patrols, and they were just getting overwhelmed. So I was like, how are you gonna do this? How are people playing in this map? It's crazy. So yeah, that's Malevolent Creek.
Warrior, did you partake in Malevelon Creek?
So I've done like it's like the same thing as Bill did. Like, god damn, I don't know what the fuck happened. I did hear more. Like the thing is, I did like 2 missions, and I just couldn't handle it more. My brother, he did the whole campaign for it, especially for the whole campaign, and he said like he had to take a break from Helldivers because how rough it was for like a couple of days before he get back on. It was that bad per se, but still, in my opinion, it's like, well, this fucking it was a stress reliever, but a stress inducer at the same time.
Okay, so I'm gonna move on to the next one. Is Helldivers successful, and will it go far, in your opinion? Geek?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
You guys.
it is
well, I say more for however the servers actually went. I already said it last time on indie games. I guess I'll say it again this time. First day of it being up and running, they were only expecting about 1,000 to 10,000 because of how the first Helldivers went. First day, queue got overfilled. They had to revamp it within, I think, 3 to 5 days of it being the servers being up and everything to about 10,000 to maybe 100,000. Within a week, it got overfilled. They had to revamp the servers again to 500,000, and even then, it's still the servers are able to handle it, but it's still a decent amount of a load on the servers. And that's within the first week or less than a month of Helldivers even being out. So yes, very, very successful.
I mean, look at when did Helldivers come out? It's been 2 months now, right?
No. Helldivers came out in, I think, January. Yeah, in like beginning January. It came out in January.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And
wait, Helldivers or Helldivers
it's still
2?
the top.
Helldivers 2.
Okay,
Helldivers 1 came out in, I think, like 3 years, 4 ago. Yeah, 4 years. Not sure.
I think Helldivers is still the #1 selling game on Steam after months and months of it being on release. Like, I haven't seen people play this game like Baldur's Gate 3 when it came out, and people were completely obsessed with it.
Yeah, but now with with Helldivers, it's like, I think it will get Game of the Year, in my opinion.
Basically, it's competing with AAA titles at this point.
It's not even a triple. It's like $40, and the thing is, like, I never paid for the deluxe edition, and I never ever paid for any of the premium war bonds. I just did the missions, and I had enough super credits to always just buy the newest one whenever it came out. And I think that's one of the best ways the game can be like sold to people. Like, there's no FOMO in the game. There's no fear of missing out. Oh, you joined the game like today? Don't worry, all the other war bonds from before is still available, so you can take your time to grind them out.
That's actually
and there's
nice.
no microtransactions saying, basically EA, Ubisoft, all these other companies that do all these other types of BS microtransactions. None of them actually exist in Helldivers.
Yeah, it's a giant middle finger to all those big companies.
Yeah.
Because, like, there's literally no fear of missing out. There's no... They do have, like, a way for you to buy super credits, which lets you get some armor and other stuff, but you don't actually have to get them. Like, you play the game for 2 days, and you'll have enough super credits to just get whatever the hell you want.
Yeah, based off the diamonds
And
or
it's
whatever it is
perfect.
on the map, you just find those super credits literally laying around the map, and you're good.
Yeah, and the best part about it is, like, you normally get 10 super credits per discovery, but there is a 1% chance that you can get 100 super credits. It's a very rare drop, but I've only seen it twice. And yeah, it's one of the best games I've ever played. You can always go back in whenever you are burned out of any other game, and yeah, it's brilliant stress relief, in my opinion.
It sucks for me. It's very expensive in my country at the
Oh yeah.
G2A?
no, it's just it's how much? 720 in my currency. But
So
yep.
$720 or $7.20?
No. It's you guys like $40 in my currency. So for $1, it's 20 of my currency. So just yeah.
Inflation, boy. God dang.
Yeah.
You're as bad as Egypt.
Yeah, we at least we're above Egypt. That's nice. We get one point something in.
Yeah, for me it's $1 is 3.75 of my currency. So the thing is, like, a $40 game is still like
Yeah, I was gonna say 4, 8, 12, $120. God dang.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, compared to like a AAA game, like $60,
well worth it.
$70, it's 100% well worth it.
If I paid
And
$120 for a game, even COD, if I paid $120 for COD, knowing that I don't have to pay for any of the DLCs, any of the things, and I could just grind out whatever I need to grind out, well worth it.
yeah,
Yep.
100%.
Okay.
And the thing is, like, I'm a person who plays an MMO. Yeah, I'm actually like paying for an active subscription, which is like what, about $10 a month for Final Fantasy. And some games are just worth it when it comes to like spending money.
Yep.
And right now my two main games are Final Fantasy and Helldivers 2. Like, it's the
Hey,
best.
Kingdom Hearts.
I was never a Kingdom Hearts enjoyer. I have a friend who is a big Kingdom Hearts enjoyer. It's just I really can't take it seriously whenever Goofy has like a really powerful ability,
Okay, I get what you mean.
or like
it's
or
meant
like
to
Donald
be taken.
Duck.
It's not meant to be taken seriously. It's only the plot itself and the underlining message behind it that's meant to be taken seriously. Other than that, I get what you mean.
Yeah, like some clips I've seen of Kingdom Hearts where Donald Duck has like a soul-slaying sword, or Goofy is just, I don't know. It's just I can't get into it. It's so bizarre for me.
You guys all. I don't want to be
You're going off tangent, I know.
yeah, not off topic,
Yep,
but
my bad, my
preaching treason. We need to get back to democracy.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Okay.
You're right.
So, what is the different weapons and stratagems of Helldivers?
I can
Mm,
name the top 3.
I think that
Yeah, go with top 3. Each one of you guys. In your opinion, what's your top 3 weapons?
Oh, I actually looked up what the top 3 tier weapons in the entire game is. That's why. Breaker.
no, like personally, what would you think for you?
Oh, for me,
Yeah,
I've upgraded from weapons. I don't even use weapons anymore because the weapons are too weak for me.
so you just stratagem user.
Yeah, I used to use the Liberator, and Liberator used to be good. I used to use the, I think, Breaker at one point, and it was good. I upgraded from that to the Laser Cannon, and then I'm like, oh, I have a Guard Dog anyhow. So what's the point of Laser Cannon? Even though it's twice as powerful, might as well have the Guard Dog as a Laser Cannon and use an Arc Thrower. Careful with the Arc Thrower, though. If you don't know how to use it, you will kill your teammates.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Speaking of Arc Thrower, in my opinion, is one of the best weapons in the game. Even when Railgun was meta, I used to be a huge Arc Thrower fan because people truly underestimate how powerful that gun really is.
One shot, like if you can get the Biotitan to open its mouth and midway as it's shooting its spewing stuff out and everything, you shoot the arc into its mouth.
Yeah.
One shot Biotitan, no matter how difficult it is. It's overpowered low key.
People don't understand that the Arc Thrower is one of the very few weapons in the game that ignore armor. And the thing is, like, ever since they released the new, not the new Warbond, but the Warbond before, where you have the arc resistant armor. So I have a friend who I play the game a lot with. So what we will do is we will get arc throwers and we'll put the armor on. And if we have, like, for example, a charger, like, we'll have a charger come towards us and we will just arc
Just spam the crap
shots
out of
between
that
us.
charger.
'Cause his arc is hitting me, but since I have 95% arc resistance, I'm barely taking any damage, and so does he. So we're just chaining lightning between us, and the charger is caught between us, and it takes maybe 2 or 3 shots to kill the charger.
Dang.
and we were peeling chargers like we were peeling tangerines in real life. Charger did not have any armor on its back by the time we were done with it. And it's the same with Bile Titans. Like, you know those missions, the eradication missions, where you stand in one spot and you defend? Like, we would go into Helldive difficulty, and two of us, or maybe even three of us, would just put on arc resistant gear, three arc throwers, jetpack. We just climb to the highest peak with our
They even
jetpacks.
moved a
and
peak in
just
one of the
arc
maps. I hated it. Sorry.
Dude, it still doesn't matter. It still doesn't matter because you can still find spots with your jetpack and you could just arc everything down. It's so broken. But they did nerf the arc thrower
They did.
recently, the distance which you can fire it.
You used to be able to arc
They
across the
have
entire map, basically.
yeah, it went from 50 meters to 35 meters, but they have made the charging of the arc thrower more consistent because it used to be kind of inconsistent. But I think right now the best weapon in the game is the Eruptor. It can one-shot chargers. It's truly a broken-ass
What's the
weapon.
rupture?
It's a highly explosive one-shot rifle. It's kind of like the autocannon,
Okay.
but yeah, Eruptors can one-shot chargers. That's how broken that gun is. It's like
Is it almost like the
I don't
freaking
even know how
missile
to say it.
launcher? The anti-tank,
It's a rifle.
anti-tank rifle?
That's what baffles
Huh?
me. It's the primary. It's not something you call down. It's something that you equip when you begin the mission. But it's like it doesn't have auto fire or like rapid fire. It's like you fire once and then you have to do like a bolt action style reload and then you fire again and it's something like
Huh.
that. But if you aim properly, you can one shot chargers. That's how freaking broken that gun is.
Mm.
Wait,
Because it's an explosive shot.
one shot from the butt or one shot from the face?
The face.
Oh,
Like when you
dang.
shoot the face disappears. Like you can cave it in like a soup
God
bowl.
dang. Because the
It's
butt is
truly
is
bananas.
the weakness. So to say one shot from the butt, I mean that's powerful, but not as powerful as I thought. You say it from the face, that's broken.
Yeah, it's genuinely like
But-
it's crazy how powerful that gun is
But-
right
I might
now.
have to go back and
But
test
yeah.
that out.
Jorgen, what's your base weapons in your opinion?
Typically, one of my favorites is the R63 Stratagems. Typically, some sniper rifles. Simply, I like the sniper rifles as a whole within the game.
Mm-hmm.
But I prefer sniper
Mm,
rifles over assault rifles at times. But yes, I would use simply SMGs or battle rifles or assault rifles regarding like what type of missions we are going to do and such. If we're doing some hostage mission, then I would simply use an SMG or an battle rifle for the mission and such. And simply my choosing with the battle rifles is it can pack a punch when you hit enemies and such.
Nice. So, yeah. Stratagems, what's your favorite stratagems to use?
The recoilless rifle and simply the napalm
Oh,
bombs
yeah.
and such.
So every time you use the napalm bomb, you
Oh.
just hear, "Good morning, Vietnam." Sorry,
Simply you scream at them.
sorry.
No, you're right. You know, this is actually the first time I've heard of someone say the napalm is something I use
Yep.
because I barely see people use the napalm. It's very
Yeah,
strong.
I'm one of the few that uses it.
Democracy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only usually use the orbital or precision or sorry, rail cannon.
Warrior, what's your favorite weapons and then stratagems?
So, weapon wise, I tend just to go basic. I just usually do the rare, but there's the variant ones like the 3 round burst that has a burst mode as well. There's ones, of course, just really depends on the mission, but I usually mainly go use that against automatons because it has a powerful scope and I have a strategy that I do with my friends and my brother, of course. But usually it's always going to be the Liberator. Stratagem wise, I always go with the Stewart. Don't know how you properly say it.
Yeah, the machine gun.
Stalwart. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, the
Yes.
stalwart. It's the machine
Yeah,
gun.
I use the Stalwart. And if I'm just by myself, I use the drone, Eagle Shape, and I have like a defense. So either it's going to be one of the mortars. And of course, it also just depends on the mission, but usually that's my main loadout. Now, if I'm doing like a defense one, I would have the two mortars, one that stuns, and the other have the other mortar down to finish it off, kind of thing. And I just always have this steward. But if I'm playing with other people, I try to carry the supply pack with me. So if they run out, I can supply them. That's it.
Alright, okay. Nice.
I have one more thing before we actually move on that I remembered for the ARC stuff.
Go ahead.
Careful with the Tesla tower, because one time I had fun with it and they're like, don't get too close to it. I'm like, why not? It looks fun. It's just electricity. It's killing the enemies. There's no friendly fire, is there? It's like, careful. There's friendly fire. It's like, oh, there is? I did one extra step. I'm like, I think I did a little too far. It hit me. Arced, hit my friend. Arced and hit the other person. I basically ended up killing our whole entire squad by me going too close to the freaking Tesla tower.
So you spread democracy with the ARC.
Yes.
Oh, very nice. But okay, moving
My
on.
friend was pissed and laughed at this, and like died of laughter at the same time.
You motherfucker!
Basically.
But okay, so how many planets has been liberated and needs to be liberated?
I have
That-
no idea.
I only know
it's-
that there
I think the
is
current mission-
on the robot side there is there's 6 of them, and I think 4. Last time I logged on, there was 4 or 5 already liberated on the robot side, and there was already 2, 4, 6, 8, and I think only 2 or 3 were available. So about 5 to 7 planets already liberated on the bug side. I have no idea how many there are on other sections of the map. That's just the first section.
So democracy is spreading good.
Mm.
I'm just
Yeah.
waiting for end of the month so I can get Helldivers. Because I've been following
I think
everything from like getting the divers hub on my phone, watching TikToks, YouTubes. That's how I'm helping the democracy effort.
Nice.
They're gonna need to revamp that map. I hope you know that.
Yep.
I mean, right now Helldivers is at the best state it can be. They're always like improving. They're always like fixing stuff. There was even like a point where they did an update and all arc weapons were just broken. It was crashing people's games. So there was a time where we couldn't use arc throwers, Tesla towers, the arc shotgun.
Wasn't that time also whenever the laser cannon was broken as hell?
Oh yeah, people were like desperate and like finding out all kinds of other meta loadouts that they were like, oh, let's do this, let's do that. And then I found out that the laser cannon can destroy spore trees from across the map, and I didn't know that it had such a huge range, honestly.
Mhm. They nerfed the shit out of it, though.
And then they buffed it, but it still sucks. The thing is, like, right now the Quasar cannon is the best, one of the best weapons in the game, because it's, I don't even know how to say it. It has infinite ammo. It's based on a cooldown, and it can one-shot hulks. Need I say more?
That's good.
So, arc thrower and laser cannon can do that. Both of them also have infinite ammunition, but so does the guard dog. That's why I use the guard dog instead of my laser cannon. I just get an arc thrower so I can have both lasers and arcs.
Yeah, the guard dog is actually. I used the guard dog a lot when I did the bugs missions, but it was very how you call it,
Lackluster?
friendly fire.
Yeah.
It was very friendly fire heavy because you can take a humongous amount of damage from your laser cannon just turning around and just one-shotting your teammates or just cutting you in half because you got in between the dog and
That's
the
why you have to
bug.
learn trigonometry or learn how learn the angle of trajectory of the actual laser versus your height versus everyone else around you and just navigate around all that stuff. That's what I do.
So basically, use math or use democracy. Either one works.
Basically,
Or gas.
Yeah. There is for example, whenever you do missions with randoms, there are some things that I have learned over the weeks that I have been playing this game, which is that I've seen, like, for example, if I see dogs in the mission, like laser dogs, I will always get a shield on me because the shield will prevent the dog from one-shotting you. If I see someone pick one of the most hated stratagems in the game, which is the mortar cannon. I think you guys know what I'm talking about.
It's not that it's hated, it's just that it's very prone to friendly fire.
Yeah, so mortars and bugs don't go well at all because mortars will always fire upwards and it'll land in an arc towards your enemy. So if the enemy is very melee, which means it'll always be up in your face, guess where the mortars are gonna land?
But it is for democracy. You
So,
have to sacrifice yourself for democracy.
oh, you know what? I wouldn't even care if the mortar killed me. The problem is the mortars don't kill you. It just ragdolls you. So you're just on the floor getting humped by every bug known to man because you got ragdolled by the damn mortar
That's
fire.
a very friendly
So
way of saying whatever you were trying to say.
I'm trying not to be too crass with it,
Mm,
but mortars are something that is only good in missions where you're like protecting or defending because you're like literally, defending a spot. But if you're using mortars in like a mission where you have to run objectives, that's when you become the toxic player because people are gonna avoid you like crazy. Not even that, like I've seen people where I've deployed with lower level cadets, and they unfortunately don't have a lot of stratagems to their beck and call. So they will use mortars. And as soon as their mortar deploys, some other guy will just shoot the mortar immediately and destroy it because they don't want that shit
Damn.
in their game because it's genuinely like I've seen mortars like
Okay, which one's worse for you
just
then?
destroy
Motars or Barrage?
barrage.
Like
Oh, you mean like orbital barrage?
Yeah.
again,
Okay.
it depends. Like,
Yeah, I think.
sorry to interrupt.
no,
It's
go
just,
ahead, go ahead, Warrior.
yeah. So like, it just depends on the situation. Because there will be times where I'll be going in a game, like, to be fair, like I'm more of a team player kind of thing. So I usually like see what my friends picking out. I'll see what they have. So if I see someone with, for example, the mortar, and if depending on the mission, like it's like how y'all are talking about the drone, the laser drone. Like, of course, I have something to protect myself because, like in my opinion, if you have a laser drone with the whole team, you're just gonna cut off and fire. And I try not to have that there, but it's like the same thing with the Rock and Barrage. Like, try to be mindful how you're using it and what kind of mission, because that's a little pet peeve. Like you using the wrong stratagem in the wrong mission. So it just really depends on the situation.
I've gotten hit by a barrage too many times. I've flown across the map because of a barrage before. It wasn't even mine.
Yeah, it's like there's one of those things because again, someone throws a barrage, you're using a stratagem, and it hits you. You drop the stratagem. Now you have to run for your life, and you get killed because you get killed by your own stratagem because of that, of your friend's stratagem.
Okay, so we're gonna close off with your thoughts and opinions. Jogant, any thoughts, opinions that you have about Helldivers, democracy, and traders?
For sure, traitors need to be shot on the spot. It's a great game. Yeah,
Yes.
it got a pretty great potential to be one of the best games on Steam by far.
Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Well, your thoughts and opinions?
I think this is one of the very few games that actually does not give you a contribution for how many kills you have. Like, it doesn't matter if you have like 1,000 kills. It matters if you've done the objectives. So it is one of those rare games where having kills is not important. It's about doing the objectives and, making sure everyone gets out with everything.
Even if you die, you still
And
win.
it is one of the very yeah, that's actually what I was gonna say right now, which is that if you finished all the objectives and everyone dies, it'll still count as victory.
You sacrifice yourself
Because
for democracy. That is what it
yeah, and in the end mission screen, it says somber victory because everyone died, but it's still a victory. So it's one of those very few games that I genuinely think people should give it a go, even though you have no idea about the premise. You are not a fan of shooters and whatever, but it's one of the best in my opinion. It's genuinely a very good game.
Warrior, any thoughts and opinions?
So, yeah, it's like when I first heard the game, it's like I already had like a bad experience with games, like especially the games I tried. So like experiencing this, and as I played it, I kept having more and more fun. And it never gets old in any sense. And of course, there's gonna be some few bad apples in the game, like for example, traders who just like sometimes ruin the games. But just even then, like I still have enjoyment. It's also a fun game that I use to get along with new people, especially with spending time with family and such. And I hope to see more come out of it. And I'm kind of glad they stick by a code of their own, especially when a lot of people expected them to do certain crossovers, and they say no, we don't want to do that. We don't want to be like another Fortnite.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's actually good.
yes, so like playing this game, I have hopes. I can't wait to see what they bring to the game. I'm still gonna play it even if I'm in my 50s and no one else plays. I'm still gonna play it because I find it fun.
Hey, I played Black Ops
Geek?
2 like not even 2 days ago. So, hey, nostalgic dies hard. So,
Yeah.
Yep.
more power to you.
Geek, your thoughts and opinions?
I like the game. It can get difficult at times. Actually, this is one of the few games that I usually only stay on normal level. This is one of the few games that I do not stay on normal level. I actually try to push and challenge myself because even if I die, even if I mess up, if I complete all the objectives, I still feel like I won. So I push myself harder and harder and harder on that game compared to any other game. Also, I hope, and I'm wondering if they're even going to go down the sci-fi route, how far they're going to do the lore of the spaceships, how far they're going to do the guns. I hope, since they already did everything else, please give us a black hole gun. It's like
You
not
could
even
just
that
throw-
hard.
I'm also gonna.
You could just throw all the boats.
I just wanna.
Yeah, sorry.
I just wanna add one more thing. If you guys ever look at the map, you're gonna see that a lot of planets are either completely liberated or 0% liberated. And there's something very interesting is if you go into the middle where Super Earth is, it says 100% liberated, which means at one point we are going to be fighting in Super Earth because we are going to probably get overwhelmed sooner than later.
So that means more
And-
Helldivers. We need more Helldivers to come in.
Yeah, I can't wait for us to be in Super Earth fighting them.
Yes.
So
But
let's see how
never
it goes.
talk about we will not lose. We
Well-
Helldivers, we do not lose. That is traitorous talk if you talk about losing. Only democracy wins.
And the only
Exactly.
time that you lose
Oh,
is
yeah,
technically
there's
the
a-
actual person that lost. You just died and sacrificed for our victory. So still, we don't lose. You did. We didn't.
I'm actually very surprised that in the entire podcast, we did not talk about the third faction that's going to be coming soon. There's already
Yeah, that's true. The cyber people.
I don't know too much
no,
about that.
they're called Illuminate, and there's already signs for it everywhere. If you are in like a automaton mission, you can look at the sky, and sometimes you will see an invisible ship or like something that is cloaked, or sometimes you will see like a blue shot just kill something. I have seen that with my own eyes. I don't know, but I was doing like a hell dive mission where there were like a bunch of bugs chasing us around, and this part of the map just got bombarded by this blue laser fire from the sky. And I genuinely was shocked because I was like, people are just making this shit up, but it wasn't. It was true. So they're coming, and it's gonna be crazy.
Like that's one
It's gonna
thing
be fun.
that I'm kind of hoping as well. Like with when we bring more content in, I
Oh
think
yeah.
I think it's supposed to be like piggyback from the first Hell Dive. It's supposed to be like a faction from the first Hell Dive that's coming in. So I have
Yep.
high hopes.
There's gonna be, and we haven't even seen the orcs yet, but we will.
So one thing I wanted to add for the thing I was saying, I thank God it's an indie game, because by it being an indie game, we're not going to have all these microtransaction types of BS and everything, and I actually have high hopes for that, knowing that it's going to be stable and they're going to stay true to their word, because there's no company that needs to try to force themselves. Yeah, they're gonna try, a company's probably gonna try to buy them out and everything, but they're probably gonna say no because they have their own morals or ethics to uphold and everything, and they're just gonna say, "Shoo shoo, we have our own community." So I hope and I'm glad for them with that and everything. At the same time, I really want to see how far they're gonna actually push the sci-fi aspect of this game.
Mm. But I think our time is running out. So I'm going to close it off with stay democratic, bring democracy, don't be treasonous, and just keep on hell diving, people. So thank you for taking a part of Take a Seat Debates podcast, and we'll see you guys in the next podcast. Democracy!
Hell yeah.